People, I am back. You are back. We are all happy. So, hey, we are on page 300. We're going to pop through our key concepts here pretty quickly because you guys are turning into translation experts. And that's what this is all about. So, again, we had some new words, pre-image and image, right? Pre-image is the image that came first. Image is the one that comes after it. Easy to notice because it has the prime marks associated with it. All right? First question up, here we go. How does a translation, that's what we're working on today, also called slides, affect the properties of two-dimensional figures, right? So there's four things, right? So we have position, shape, size, and this weird word we call orientation. All right? So some of these stay the same, some of these change. Can you identify which one changes and which three stay the same? Hopefully you figured it out. The position does not stay the same. This is the one that changes, right? The rest of these all stay the same. Okay? As we learned in example 3, right? Our angle measures don't change either, right? If the side length of this, triangle was 4 inches, when we translate it, that same side length is still 4 inches. Okay? All right. This one says triangle L prime, M prime, N prime is the image, we would know that because it's got the prime marks, of triangle L and N after a translation. How are the side lengths and angle measures of the triangles related? I literally just gave it away a second ago, guys. The side lengths, the angle measures are identical. They haven't changed, right? So we'll say all side lengths and angle measures are the same. We could use a fancy word called congruent. We will get into that later on in chapter 6. Maybe too much for today. Okay. Question number 3. I like question number 3 down here a lot. Right? It has to do with writing rules. Sanjay determined one vertex of a figure was mapped. That just means it was moved, right? Translated. That's a fancy word for that. To its image, right? By translating the point. Here we go. 2 units left. So it went 2 units left and 7 units down. What is the rule that maps the other vertices to it? So it wants that ordered pair rule, okay? So remember, in our ordered pairs, we have an X and a Y. Remember, our X is our left and right move. So how did that move? Our Y is our up and down move, okay? So we went 2 units to the left. So 2 units left. And then our Y went, 7 units down. So if we're going left, should I put a plus or minus here? If we're going down, should I put a plus or minus here? Think about that. If you want to pause the video, jot your guess in, do that. Okay? Hopefully you're back. If we're going left, guys, that's a minus. If we're going down, that is also a minus. So this is my rule. Now you can tell me any of the other vertices. Hey, this vertex is located at negative 200, negative 42. And I can literally put those 2 numbers in here, and then I can get those new coordinates. Okay? Onto the stuff on the right here. See what we got going on over here. Use the coordinate plane. We absolutely will. Which figure is a translation of figure A? So here's figure A. So which one of these blue figures is a translation, right? Meaning they just moved it up, down, left, or right. Well, I could see how we could just kind of move this to the right. I could see how we could maybe just move this up, right? But here's where that new word orientation comes in, right? Do you guys see how the orientation is different between these 2 figures here? Right? This one's kind of been like flipped over itself. So when we're talking about orientation, and we're going to do that, later on this week and next week, that's what we're referring to. So this is not a translation. This is a different move that we have. This one is, right? This one, hey, looks like they just translated it up some number of units. So which figure is a translation? That would be figure B. All right. It says graph the translation of figure A. Here we go. 3 units to the right and 4 units up. So we want to take each one of these vertices, and we want to go 3 units to the right, and we want to go 4 units up. So I think we can do that. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 units right, and 1, 2, 3, 4 units up, right? And we could keep going about this process, and I think it's going to look something like this. Here we go. Alrighty, there it is. Okay. If we were going to write a rule for that, let's write a rule for that. 3 right and 4 up. 3 right, 4 up. So 3 right looks like that. Can you do the 4 up by yourself? Hopefully you can. There you go. All right. Describe the translation needed to move figure B to the same position as we did right here. So if I wanted to move figure B to, I'll call this, I don't know, figure D. How would that work? Well, again, I just have to go from here to here. So it looks like I have to go right, and then I have to go down. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 right, and 1 down. So here, you can write that. So we would go 3 right and 1 down. Again, if we were going to write a rule for 3 right and 1 down, what would that rule look like? Well, 3 right says x plus 3, and 1 down says y minus 1. And there you go. Okay. So guys, hey, hopefully you liked it. These are translations. Most kids do enjoy these because they're not too bad, right? This is our whole set of what we call transformations, which we'll learn a few more transformations in the coming days. But for now, you should be dangerous enough on translations, and check us out for the additional practice.